Machine guns. The dawn of automatic weapons in warfare. When accuracy doesn't work, you need suppression, firepower, and lots of it. That's the philosophy I'd go for when discussing modern light machine guns. Of course, shooter games, milsims, and survival games had to get them in general because of that. What do these say about you when using them in these games? What type of person you would be, your playstyle, or general personality in these games? Here I am to talk about it. So, buckle up. Now, if there's one section of the gun community that needs apologizing to, it is these guys. Literally, 80% of all modern Western-made machine guns are iterations of the original Belgian-made ones, yet they never get represented in media as the original form, let alone video games. Just like French fries, waffles, Emile Duquesne, y'all really like to steal from the Belgians, don't you? Some tactical games may get this correctly because some of them were still a bit too iconic to steal. For example, the FN Mini-Me Mark III. Now these dudes are portable suppressive fire buddies. They can move easily in squads, fit in tight corners, and their favorite military unit is the USPJs. They love the 13 Hours, the Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, and are generally very cool dudes. One small issue, turns out you can't hear jack shit when a volley of 7.62 is going off next to your ear. So please, specialist shithead, can you start screaming in my ear before you fucking send it? Half of its users also seem to have no issue with that whatsoever. They seem to love it, if anything. I literally leave subtitle. Now, I also want to talk about the other FN machine guns, but seems like they have been conquered or colonized by the others and are a tad bit more iconic that way. Oh yeah, there's also the FN Evolis. Oh, never mind, they ain't in anything yet. Let's talk about the stole licensed design of the FN made ones, basically leading the Western arms machine guns. First of all, people who use the SAW or the M249, the FN Mini, this gun screams teamwork makes dream work.
You sir, you're the new age. Shoot this man.
First of all, you refer to guns like women. You usually put female names on your machine guns. Following that up, you also treat your machine guns like women as well. Respect the craft, don't push too far or they might have a meltdown, must treat gently yet firmly to give a sign, and lastly, don't touch them during their time of the day. Your gaming setup also smells like either root beer or Heineken. Now the GPMG we're talking about here, known as the M240 or the FN Mag, it really doesn't matter what you call it because this wing is too sharp to miss anyways. Just like how the FN FAL stands as the right arm of the free world, this wing is probably its steam pipe. No, you won't call for support, you are the support. Air, ground, on vehicle, off vehicle, you rock it, it rocks you. Also, you can't stop drinking. No, like seriously, if this thing is very darn heavy and you see its users usually drinking, not because of the weight though, because they're fucking alcoholic. For the SAW Para users, Kit Corner's Tommy, all you have to say. Also, just because it's 5.56 doesn't mean it negates recoil. Uncollapse the damn stock. And lastly, the Mark 48. Teamwork doesn't make dream work to you. You're the gruntier, heavier, and younger brother of the M249. You're lonely, even though you're the firepower of the team, you would rather stand your own ground. The idea of dying in a last stand while taking on lines of enemies with taxpayer money makes you daydream. You also despise both the GPMG and the other SAW users. You think you're superior. The good old throwback to Mr. Engineer himself. Now talking about Kalashnikov, usually the first thing in mind is the other side of the spectrum and the AK guys fighting over whether they have better guns or the others do. But when it comes to these bad girls, they're that universally loved band of arms that both sides love. Doesn't matter if you're blue, red, yellow, you never hate the PK machine guns. Now people who use these machine guns usually take their role as a machine gunner a bit too seriously, feeling like John Bass alone, creating posts with an assistant around, focusing on more suppressive fire and area denial. But another reason for that might be that usually without a bipod, a 7.62 by 54mm round firing at 700 rounds per minute isn't exactly something Mr. Timmy can control. A shoulder boulder, not that kind, hunk of Soviet metal isn't all that different either. For such a reliable and scary machinery, you'd expect some scary prices. But like in military numbers, these things cost like a kiss on the forehead and a 30-year-old malt scotch. Now, if you use the PK and the PKM models, you're essentially what I said before, just another kick to the gut for you. You prefer dark colored wood furniture for your other guns. That also being said, you despise polymer furniture and you probably inhale firewood while camping. Compatibility and mobility, you tell them they got soft hands. Now collectively we have a few juggernauts throughout this video. The first one has to be given to the pitching enjoyers. You know what you're doing. Clever enough to actually use that carry handle as a way to balance out viewpoints and aura points. CQB, mow the door down, buddy. All you need is an entry and a loaded box of T46. Smart, I gotta say. In contrast, they can't hit shit above 50 over. Now these guys are probably on the scarier side of the spectrum. They don't care about weight, they don't care about logistics, and anything that needs a slight use of their last functioning brain cell. They see a target, and the only thing that matters is the firepower and bringing as many dudes down until you go out yourself. Oh yeah, just like the M60 users. While most people keep a closet filled with hooked hoodies and ties, these guys keep headbands. Now these guys are short-term friends, because they will die. Like, the average life duration of one of these guys after they enter combat is less than 10 seconds. But a mercy upon whoever is in their line of fire, because theirs is gonna be even lower. They also hate vests and rigs in general. Like, who needs all that fancy mole stuff when you can have an Alice and tuck your ammo belt around your shoulders? Of course, the gun itself was iconic enough to make its way to outer space and bring managed democracy there as well. Truly American engineering. If you use the BAR, you're a man of many stories. Right choice, wrong age. From jungles to towns to tropical islands, you've seen it all. Sending down free Art 6 like it ain't nothing. People have switch fire, you have switch speed. You don't believe in semi-automatic. There's only full auto and fuller auto or something. Also, when someone says on the older model guns should be illegal, you remind them that 550 rounds per minute worth of fucking moose eradicators can definitely kill people. Lastly, all hail the great Eugene the Stoner. And no, I don't mean the guy in your high school bathroom stall. I mean this thing. This bad gal was the first ever Navy SEAL favorite weapon of that time. This was the supposed older of the M16, right before it was rolled out to the army. But that was what made it special. Stoner users don't usually have beef with the M60 or the M60 users. They rock with the whole commando specialist jarhead vibe they rock with when they get that gun. It feels like the muscle car of guns in general. But I'd resign from wanting one, cause the price tag will stone you instead. Ah yes, the fancy yet practical and expensive people of choice who think German engineering is unmatched. And one of the few that survived the multicam purge. For very obvious reasons, I don't want to talk about some of the machine guns in this category that belong to a section in history, so first of all, we got the MG3, the more modern, socially likable and soft-spoken version of its older sisters. People who use this are either very not so nice people, but the other guys are actually some of the chillest machine gun users that you can find in general. The best way to describe them is Pyro from TF2. From their perspective, they're just helping their team, pushing the enemy out of line, staying low, saying GG every once in a while, but in the other viewpoint, shredding someone with a beehive of full-size caliber bullets. Area denial is truly meaningful when you see your friend being turned into red mist after pushing a corner too quickly. The MG5, never mind, you guys don't exist yet. Now the HK machine guns. If you like the HK21, you, my friend, deserve two rewards. One for the coolest looking pick, second for killing your squad mate, not because of friendly fire, but friendly brass casings, because the feeding mechanism on this thing throws them out like rugby balls. It's a bit too German, you know, like, I get the idea, but making a belt-fed G3, it sounds like it goes to Oktoberfest and works in a yeast farm and wears lederhosen to a date. If you use the MG4, you're a true veteran. Battlefield 4, Splinter Cell, the M249 was always there, but you knew what you wanted. Salute to you. Lastly, the MG36. The forgotten child of Heckler and Koch. The last game that popularized it was the Modern Warfare 2019, and well, for a chunky version of the G36, it really does nothing special. You don't like belt fed, you like the smell of burning plastic, and you probably like it for its little secret bolt release. Oh yeah, reminder, take the damn scope off! Honorable mentions. The RPK guys. The true conservatives of the gun world. I do not mean that politically. These guys basically believe that Soviet machine guns should have stayed AK patent, or they're just airborne troopers. If you like SIG machine guns, pretty much just the M250. To be honest, it's not as bad as the XM7 or the P320. I can sense some personality to it. And well, full sending hybrid ammo that butters through armor also sounds pretty rad, but it's still SIG. Choose something else. If you use the XM8, the machine gun variant, the good old smell of the early 2000s gunsmithing. Where did the innovations go? You keep talking about how you were this close to replacing M4 and the M249. And well, you did none. You also like carry handles, very long ones at that. The QBZ guys, or QBZ or whatever. Again, I figured I gotta give it to the QBZ guys, but like, I think we're kinda losing the plot here. Grabbing your squad's rifle without any changes and slapping a drum mag and calling it a day seems a bit unproactive in it. You also have the QJY, which I really have only used and seen in squad, so yeah. Okay, I think that's about it. Anyways, I really appreciate the people who watched all the way up to here. Thanks for doing so, and just remember one thing. You're a wonderful person, and your machine gun does not define who you are. If you couldn't see your personal favorite gun, I apologize. I tried to fit as many as the guns that I could in this short time period. And anyways, I think that's about it. Also, make sure you like and subscribe and leave your friendly feedback in the comment section. I would really appreciate so, and yeah, that's about it. Have a good one and peace out.